What's good, Galaxy members? It's JJ Trades here. We're with Galaxy. So I'm gonna go into my trades today. I usually do daily recaps of my trades. I have a few in the books, but I'm just gonna post it for today. Today is August 28th, 2023, and I'm gonna post all the trades that I took. Basically, yeah. So, um, mostly I traded SPY today. I caught like four moves on SPY or so. That's why I have all these all these up. We're gonna clean up the charts a little bit as we go, but I just had all these up, just so I don't forget where I actually placed my trades. So cool. So the first trade I took today, I kind of woke up. I think I was still sleeping. I was literally half asleep, still in my bed. Took this trade. It was not the best trade. It's always good to sit down at your desk and then take a trade, but I took this one half sleepy. But I did catch 20% on here. It was a risky scalp, so it's not something I probably would have called out, but I took it anyways. So right here, as you can see, tiny move. So yeah, that's more about how it was. Okay, so cool. So how this trade went was I saw just kind of a key level and kind of support break. Ideally, I would have entered this trade on this candle, or if I had a trend line break or whatever to get a better entry, but we're just gonna go off of what actually happened. So here I saw my key level break. It's kind of like a support break. So I entered off of this close of a candle, entered, and you see we kind of flushed down, and then we reversed. So everything went for break even. So this was about a 20 to 25% play. I have screenshots. Um, it was very low risk, as you could see. Like I had a 2.55 to 2.33 risk. We'll just say 1 to 2. Risk to reward. We almost tapped our risk reward right here, but we ended up flushing. So this was a little trade, not the best trade, probably one of my worst trades this week, just because it was so choppy and it was such a small move. I like to go for larger moves, but it was still about 25% or so, 20. And then once I hit my key level right here, which is my take profit level, I like to take profit at key levels. So I took profit at a key level, and I ended up putting my stop to break even, and I did end up getting stopped out for break even at the rest. But this trade was about, yeah, as I said, 20-25% or so. I think it ran maybe 30, but we'll just go with what I sold it at. Then let's check my other trades. Let me pull up the screenshots. Yeah, I did end up going like 25% or something. All right, so next trade. This trade right here was an interesting one. I did miss this trade. Because I went to go. It's always when you leave your desk, the crazy things happen. This trade would have went out like 300% or so. Because we had a trend break, so I would have entered, but obviously I didn't actually catch that trade. Because I was busy. But I did end up catching the reversal down. So the reversal down was a little strategy I used to use, supply and demand. Um, I don't really use supply and demand that much, but if I don't see any trend lines, nothing, sometimes I like to use it. So here, I saw a 5 minute supply zone. Yeah, it still shows right here. I use Smart Money Concepts Indicator just to kind of help me identify zones easier, faster. So I saw a 5 minute supply. And then I was messing around with this Q trend indicator I used to use, just messing around. Dang. Just messing around. But this indicator isn't too bad. I like to use it off of demand or supply zones or off of key levels to kind of confirm my trade. So here I think I entered off a 1 minute time frame. I don't like to enter off of 1 minute, but I entered a few candles after this strong sell signal. I entered somewhere in here, and I did set my risk. Actually, this is all true. I usually like to set my stop loss of 1 to 2 candles, at most 3 candles. above my entry, and look what happened. We absolutely flushed for a 12 risk reward, and this trade banked me about 230%. This trade ran about 230%. Um, yeah, just use the Q trend to kind of confirm my trade. But yeah. Um, then we had the next trade. This was a little bit scary of a trade because it consolidated so much. My contract went down a lot. Um, so right here, basically, it was in a demand zone, a 5 minute demand zone. Or 3 or 5 minute demand zone. So I marked out the level, and I entered off of a. Well, initially I entered off of a 1 minute chart, which wasn't very smart. I don't like to enter off of 1 minute. At least 3 minute is the lowest. Um, but this was a demand zone. I saw my Q trend indicator print a buy, and then we ran absolutely banked for. Since this contract was towards the end of the day, I literally, I'm not even capping. This is what we caught here. This is what we caught today. 11 risk reward. I'm not even capping. So this trade ran 315%. That wasn't a bad trade. And then this little scalp down. This trade was off of a demand zone. This one for 300%. This one for 200% was. They're all both off of supplier demand zones with my Q trend indicator printing me a buy signal. I don't like to rely on indicators, but if I'm using supply and demand, entries can be very tricky. Actually, very, very tricky. And I spent probably 3 months trying to figure out how to enter off of supply and demand zones. And really, even to this day, it's really tricky. So I just kind of use the Q trend indicator. I only use it with 0 day expirations. I only use buy and sell indicators with 0 day expirations because a lot of times they can print false signals. So, but I can get a quick scalp out of it. But this indicator is decent. I just use it to confirm my supply and demand zone trades. I wouldn't rely on it much more. I think who knows if there are better indicators or not. But this one works just fine for me. As you could tell, pretty accurate. Off of supply zone, off of demand zone, pretty accurate. I only use this off of supply and demand zones. Um, but yeah, I really use supply and demand, and then trend line breaks. Like right here, trend line break, right here for a little scalp, but I didn't actually take that trade. But yeah, right here was a support break. So basically, the three strategies I used today. I will just say mostly two strategies. It was supply and demand, and it was trend line breaks. I like to use trend line breaks. I have other webinars I've recorded but never posted. All of those winning trades are all from trend line breaks. Um, yeah. Um, so that's kind of how I found my trades. My strategy does go more in depth a little bit. If you have questions, let us know. Um, I'm also going to show you one last trade for Tesla. This trade, it was live. I saw a little trend break, set my stop loss below the previous candle, a little bit below previous candle. Almost tapped it, but we ended up reversing for a 4 to 1, 1 to 4, whatever risk reward. So that was a pretty good trade. I didn't trade Tesla because I don't know why, but today it didn't show me 0 DTEs. I couldn't get a 0 day expiration contract, so I didn't trade it. Um, Plus, I don't know. It was just a funny day for me. It was a Monday. Mondays are slow, but nonetheless, this trade worked out in live. It just worked out. So, and this is I'm not redrawing my levels. Like literally, I just came to record this webinar. These are untouched from today when I traded. So, whatever. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how it worked out. Let me know if you have any questions. Let us know in Galaxy, and we'll help you out. This is why with number one trading group in the world is because of these wins, right? Um, we're just here to help you, and yeah, if you have any questions, let us know, and let's make that money. God bless y'all, and I'll see you in a bit.